I don't know where we go at next to Tio. I'm looking at the reigning world champions at 140.
I would love him and Cruz. That'd be a great fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's the other two. I'm just like, no disrespect to the world no disrespect to the world champions. But I look at you guys and I just say, prove me different. It is what it is. But without Pip, I want Cruz. But I think that's about it for him.
That's probably the sexiest fight because Devin's on layoff. Ryan's suspended. Tank's at 35. Shakur's at 35. So
and that's one of those fights that Shawn said you better study, know everything about Pitbull Cruz because he's coming.
Yeah. But
I could see that fight looking a lot like Tank's fight with Pitbull, where there's a lot of big moments, a lot of big mixed punches from Pitbull. I can see Teofimo outboxing him.
Yes.
And being on his P's and Q's. I can see that. I can see Teo being big enough and strong enough to lock him up when he needs to and all those other things. I from a stylistic standpoint, I don't see Pitbull being able to beat Teofimo Lopez. It's an exciting fight from beginning to end.
Yep.
That's the thing about Pitbull. Any fight he's in is going to be exciting. I think that there could possibly be I could be wrong. There could be some scary moments, but I feel like if I had to put a percent on it, I'm saying that's 60-40. Hate me, 65-35.
Oh, damn.
For Lopez.
Damn.
No, I agree. But
Okay.
I think Tio. I would have Tio in that fight too. But there's a chance he gets ran out of the ring. That's why you'd want to see it. But I think Tio would win.
Pitbull is just so tough, Shawn. It's literally when you was living in the hood, you had a dog that used to get out the gate. That's Pitbull Cruz. Like, oh shit, this Pitbull out the gate. I gotta go. That's Pitbull Cruz. Like, I'm about to fight this dog. That's Pitbull Cruz, man.
And he's harder to hit than it seems.
Yeah.
Burrows his chin in his chest. Got a great high guard.
Shawn, you should have.
This dog is.
You should have had that.
This dog's still in the hood. So, no,
Shawn, it's something though that's catching up with Tio in some of these fights is that very few fighters have the kind of gifts he has, and like Floyd Mayweather would call it special effects. Like he got plenty of special effects. There's no issue there, but is it kind of the fundamentals are holding him back? The stuff Steve Claggett could do. Tio could do all this amazing stuff Steve Claggett could never dream of, but Steve Claggett does know how to keep his hands up and do kind of the most basic fundamental stuff. Yeah.
Listen, man, I talked to my dad one night, and I said, I don't know if you recognize, but I talk about you in every interview I do. And he said, yeah, I noticed that. He said, why? I said, well, I mean, it just comes out. Like they ask a question at some point, and I said, mate, I learned it all from you. I said, you are always just a thought when I'm doing interviews. And so when we talk about fundamentals, and Shawn, you were there to see it firsthand. When it came to Shawn Porter, and I was extremely athletic. I was extremely fast and quick and gifted, and the list goes on. But my dad always said, I don't give a damn about this. Stop doing it. Work on the fundamentals. Because when you get tired, the first thing you're going to need is the fundamentals. When you get hurt, the first thing you're going to need is the fundamentals. People don't work enough on the fundamentals, and we got another fighter in the ring that's fundamentally sound and has a gas tank. There's certain things that you're going to have to be able to adjust to, and when you can't adjust and go to fundamental technique, it allows the guy to survive. It allows the guy to look a little bit better than he should look. You may look a little sloppier than you should look, and even look a little sloppier than you think you look, because you feel like you're athletically doing all this stuff. And it's like, for us, it's like, well, we see it, but then we see you get hit, or we see it and then we see it not be executed the way that it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that he needs to really start focusing in on his fundamentals and his delivery and what he does after his delivery. The biggest problem for him against Steve was after his delivery. You're done with your punches, but you're standing there. And then the other thing, of course, was he was on the ropes here and there and kind of allowing Steve to just get off, you know? So, but fundamentally, you're never supposed to be in the corner and you're never supposed to be on the ropes. So I think
he fought the whole fights off the corners and the ropes.
Yeah. And so I think, for Teo and his dad, if they're able to get back to being fundamentally sound, they go back to being a wreck ball that can F up anybody's night.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of those movements were like they're flashy, but they're not efficient. And even Boots will do some of that stuff sometimes where he's on the ropes and Boots does different type of things, but the kind of stuff that looks good on the highlight reel, but it's not always efficient. He would turn his head on the ropes and actually turn his entire head, and you can't really counterpunch out of some of those positions. Like, it looks good, you're making a miss, and you're turning your head at the audience and bouncing on the bottom rope, but yeah, go ahead, Shawn.
No, I was just gonna say, a good performance. Happy to see him back in the ring, and I would love to see him back in the ring once more before the year is out. And that's being nice. Like, I would love to see him back in the ring twice before the year's out. But that's an extremely tall order, especially when you get to a point where you're only fighting elite fighters, and so much going on right now at 140.